Hey everyone, Christina, I see that you joined us. Can you hear me? Can you turn on your microphone?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much, and thank you very much for hosting me today. I do not take it for granted that I'm getting the opportunity to give lessons in online schools, in places that give online education about entrepreneurship. And so I want to say first thank you for at all hosting me, and more than that, thank you for I don't think that it's not being taken for granted also that you chose to use the SM tool as part of your course and as part of what you're educating people in terms of how to start their own eBay dropshipping business. Guys, I want to start by saying that that I'm very grateful for that, because I know that all of you are looking to become online entrepreneurs. And when I don't know, since I remember myself, I always wanted to become an online entrepreneur myself. I never dreamt that at the age of 30, I'm 30 today, I never dreamt that by the age of 30, I'll already run a software company and I'll already have dozens of employees. My software that we've created for eBay dropshipping will go completely viral and will be taught all around the world in courses and in places like that. And I do not take that for granted. I think it's a wonderful journey. It has a lots of ups and downs, but I'm starting by saying that before we say a single word about anything else, because I think that above everything that is related to what we're going to technically learn about in this webinar, I know I'm following Christina, and I know how she talks about entrepreneurship and about doing business online, and about what we're trying to do in eBay dropshipping or any other forms of business of hustling and trying to make money online. And I know that it's a journey, and there are no guarantees for success. It takes hard work, and sometimes even with hard work, it doesn't necessarily, works on the best side. But I can tell you that I've been doing it. Like, I started when I was 16. This is when I started my first ever business, and it took 12 years before an actual venture, blew up and finally made it into a business that I own today. So I just wanted to start by saying that I'm grateful for the journey, and I hope that you guys are grateful for that journey as well. So yeah, Christina, do you want to give some, I don't know, opening words before we're getting started with technical stuff?
Yeah, thank you so much. Obviously, thank you so much for doing this webinar. I know so many of my eBay students struggle with deciding what tools to use and what ways that they can be making more money or bigger profits. So this is really helpful, and I'm really grateful that you're doing this. As well as everybody will be able to access the replay via the course, and then hopefully you guys can start using this tool to better have a bigger profit margin and better utilize eBay as a platform.
Right. Okay, cool. So I guess I'm going to take the lead, and I'm going to lead the session, right? And,
yeah, it's all yours.
Cool. I just want to say that I'll try to keep it an open session in terms of Q&A, in terms of if you see that I'm doing something and it's not clear to you. So try to maybe, the chat is open, so maybe try to write in the chat that you have a question, or maybe even cut me and say, wait a second, I have a question here, something that I didn't understand. I will try to also leave a designated time for Q&A between the parts of what I'm teaching, the practical stuff that I'm teaching. And I think that's it. I think let's try to have fun. I have to admit, I have not done dozens of sessions like this, and I haven't done such a session in a very, very long time that is a live session with people, kind of like a class. So it's very exciting for me as well. So I might do all kind of mistakes. I might speak too much without giving you permission for questions. So feel free. Let's say that it would be a class. Don't take me as the teacher. Take me as someone who's here to help, and I'm happy to feel free to criticize, feel free to ask questions, feel free to. I want to put all of the disclaimers ahead. So who am I? What are we going to talk about today? And after that, let's get practical and let me show you. My name is Kfir. It's very, very unpronounceable. It means a baby lion or a cub in the language Hebrew, because I come from Israel. It's now 8:20 p.m. here. And Sunday is actually a work day in Israel. We work Sunday to Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday is off because it's a Jewish country. I'm myself not religious, but the country goes according to these rules. So I come from a little bit different cultural background to for example, to the I don't know, to the way that the economy works in the US. And I already told you that I started my first ever hustle when I was 16. I'm not going to go over my hustles. That's a story for a different day. But what happened when I got to the age of 26, right, it's 10 years later, not 12 years like I said before, is that I encountered eBay dropshipping, and I was amazed by the fact that you can actually run a business that has such a low risk. I was at the time a student myself. I didn't have the funds to invest in things like Facebook advertising, let's say for a Shopify store, or buying, like there were a lot of people around me that were talking about buying an inventory and sending it to Amazon to their FBA services, and I didn't have the money to do that. eBay dropshipping was basically very much what I was looking for in terms of how easy it is to start with it, how riskless it is. I'm not saying that there is no risk at all and then there is no investment whatsoever. If you think about it, even buying the course that you bought is part of the investment that you put into building your business, and that's before you made any money. So you can't say zero investment technically, but effectively, if you're thinking about it in comparison to businesses out there, it's kind of a zero risk business model. And I think that it's wonderful. If you guys can mute yourself, it would really help. Only open the microphone when you have questions. So click on the mute button in Zoom and then. Thank you, guys. And then I established in 2016 the software DSM tool. I'm going to share my screen for you to be able to see that. And the story behind establishing the software, was that when I started, what I didn't tell you is that when I was 26, my brother, who's today my business partner, who's a great developer, started doing eBay dropshipping, and he brought me into that, and I literally, after 48 hours, stopped. I told him, thank you, but like the way that it looked, the way that you're working, the software that he was using back at the time, looked like, I don't know, like think of using Windows 95 at the time that the technology of iPhone X existed. It was so old and so uncomfortable. And I just dropped out. I stopped doing eBay dropshipping. And after a while, he said to me, listen, I have a plan. He's a software developer. I have a plan. He put small investment into outsourcing as well. So he managed another developer. And he said, I'm going to build a software that's going to be the perfect user experience for us to manage our stores. And then I'll open it for a subscription, so maybe a couple of people will join as well and will enjoy that software. And what happened is that we released that software, which is DSM tool. Today, it's connected to eBay, Shopify. Back then, we were only working with Amazon as a supplier. Where is Amazon here in the list? Today, we have over 50 websites that you can use. And the thing that happened is that, guys, mute yourself, please, unless you have a question. And in the first introduction, please write questions in the chat until I'll give you time for the Q&A. And the thing that happened on top of us releasing the software is that it went completely viral. We did not expect it at all. Within 2 days, we had 300 signups, and until today, we had over 200,000 people that signed up to use the software, because we have, not all of them are paying customers. We have a free tier. So if you join, you can use, we have a free forever plan. You can technically use DSM tool for free forever. But we have over 200,000 people that signed up. It has been taught all around the world. So that's a little bit the background of my story. But what we're going to do today is going to be, so I know that in the course so far, you've learned a lot about American suppliers. I think that it was Amazon to eBay dropshipping. Christina, can you correct me? Because I didn't have the time to review the course. Is it Amazon to eBay dropshipping what you're teaching in the course? Maybe someone else can help me. Someone who took the course? If you know the answer? Okay, yeah, I see in the chat, yeah, that you guys say yes. All right, so I thought it would be nice to expand your knowledge today and talk a little bit about AliExpress to eBay dropshipping. I also think that in 2020, AliExpress to eBay dropshipping holds a big opportunity, although it's post-pandemic, because during the pandemic in the first months, like March, April, China was closed completely, and it was not like shipments were late, and it was a huge mess. But now, after they got back to business, with the growth that we've seen in e-commerce, I'm sorry that I don't have the slide to show you, but I shared it in the DSM Tool Facebook group. I shared a post where I show that I think it was the Bank of America that released that piece of information, that the growth of e-commerce was that in 8 weeks, it grew as much as it grew in 10 years before. So the ability for you guys to be able to expand out of only Amazon to eBay dropshipping and include new suppliers like AliExpress, which is a marketplace that opens you up to a country of manufacturing, is, in my opinion, a very, very interesting opportunity. And what we're going to do today, long story short, is to try to take products, to find products that are products on eBay, like these gloves for, I don't know, cycling gloves, right? This is what this product is. Now, I'm not a cycling expert, but I'm pretty much an eBay expert. So I can't tell you what are these biking gloves exactly, but I can definitely tell you that they have been viewed 17 times per day. I don't know in the past how many days, but they have been sold 37 times. And if I'll click on the number 37 here, I will be able to see when were they sold. So we have July, so they haven't been sold in the past couple of days, so maybe that's not the brightest example. I took this example from an article I wrote a couple of weeks ago. Maybe this product I wrote an article with a couple of recommendations on, and back then I think I released it around the time that it really sold a lot. And I see that it stopped selling. I don't know why, but our goal will be to find products that are selling very, very well. And even if this stopped selling in July 28th, still, if you only look at the summer, let's say from June, July, like just look how many times it was sold. I think there is a good, I don't know, between 10 to 20 times here. Look, this is where it starts. This is June 1st. So since June 1st, it was sold about 10 to 20 times. And this product is being sold on eBay for $22.31. And as I hope that you guys already know from Amazon, what we're doing as eBay dropshippers is we are looking for that same product that we found that has sales record on eBay on our supplier website. In our case, AliExpress. And without even doing any further complicated calculations, this product is sold, let's say, starting at $8 or even at $14.50 and being sold for $22.31. Now, even though we know that both eBay and PayPal are going to take some fee once we make that sale for $22.31, I think that, so eBay is taking, let's say, 9 to 10%, depending if you have a store subscription or not, and we're going to go down to it maybe a little bit later in the webinar, and PayPal takes another 2.9% plus 30 cents. Either way, it would never get to like, you can clearly see that there is some profit margin in here between the prices, even with the higher range of price. And there are a couple of, like, this product has a couple of variations here. So let's see, maybe some of the variations. No. Okay, so sometimes what you see in the price is you see the lower range. And then that would mean that this seller would sell this for 22, but source it for $8. And then they would have a variation that actually has a higher price here. That is the one that is sourced for $14.50. Either way, this is our goal. Our goal is to find products that are sold on eBay, that has a good sales record, and that we can source from AliExpress. And in that process, we will optimize the product in order to gain as much traffic as possible while we're trying to sell them, because we want to get as much traffic as possible from eBay. And in that process, yeah, we're going to learn how to set up everything correctly. So we will set up eBay correctly, and we will set up DSM tool correctly. But I just wanted to start by showing the end goal. And before I move on from the end goal, I want to give it a minute here, and I want to stop for a second and go back to you guys to ask if, before I'm diving into the technicals of, let me just show you how it's done, I wanted to ask if there are any questions about, I don't know, generally the topic of AliExpress to eBay. Was I mentioning any maybe terms that you are not familiar with, that you haven't heard before? Just for me to understand how deep should I go into each one of the subjects, and in what level are we at right now? So you're allowed to open the microphone if someone has either a question or something to say. I'll give it a couple of seconds. And if not, I'll move on. It's all good. Okay, cool. I already see one question that is relevant. By Naja, I hope I say your name correctly. Sorry, I'm not a native English speaker. And you're asking if, is Alibaba as good as AliExpress? So that's a great question. Let me share my screen and show you something. The difference between Alibaba and AliExpress in terms of dropshipping has to do with one very specific parameter. And first, I'll say that Alibaba and AliExpress are both websites owned by the same corporate, which is called the Alibaba Corporate. I think it's the biggest Chinese corporate. I'm not 100% sure about it. But the thing with Alibaba is that if I would look for cycling gloves on Alibaba, what I would get is search results that has one parameter that AliExpress doesn't have, which is here, this one, the minimum quantity that you have to order. It's also known as MOQ in the world of e-commerce, minimum order quantity. And AliExpress is pretty much the same as Alibaba, only that it's meant more for consumers, while Alibaba is meant more for businesses. It's true that we are businesses, but we're taking leverage of the fact that AliExpress is meant for customers, because AliExpress, the minimum order quantity of AliExpress is 1. And the minimum order quantity on Alibaba is 1,000. So as you grow as a dropshipper, as your business grow, what you will want one day to do is to be able to move from just selling products from AliExpress, dropshipping them, to being able to source products from Alibaba in high quantities. Because what happens when the quantity goes up? Who can write me the answer? When the minimum order quantity goes up, what's the upside of buying an item in bulk? Exactly, the price goes down. Thank you, Jada. And that's exactly, this is called wholesale. Well, when you buy wholesale, you guys, I guess, know what it means. So that would be it. So I hope that this gives you an answer to this question. And I say, let's go down to business, and let's start by, yeah, let's dropship from AliExpress to eBay. We're going to follow a guide that I wrote in the DSM tool blog. I am actually currently writing it. I didn't finish writing it yet. And we're going to go the topics one by one. So I started by talking about what is AliExpress, why we're dropshipping from AliExpress to eBay, and all of that. We're going to move to the next subject, which is how to find products to sell. So we will do some sniping work, and we will try to learn that. Then we will talk about choosing dropshipping suppliers. So AliExpress is kind of a marketplace like eBay. So like there are many suppliers, like your seller on eBay, there are also many suppliers on AliExpress. So we will learn how to choose the correct supplier. We will learn how to set up everything related to your eBay account, and then everything related to your DSM tool account. And then we will talk about order processing, which is after you make a sale. So let's move on. Let's talk about product sourcing. And I'm going to actually start by just showing you product sourcing, because there is no easier way. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do product sourcing. One of them is faster, but it also costs money. We're going to use a software that is called Zik Analytics. And one of them is manual, because I want you guys to have that option as well. If you're feeling like that's not the time for you yet to make any expense, I want to show you that it works either way. And when we are going to do, so there are a lot of methods on that has to do with how to find what to sell, no matter which supplier you're using. I'm going to focus on the most beginners-friendly method, which is called sniping. Have you guys heard of sniping? Is it something that is being taught in the course? I'll anyway explain it, so you can write in the meanwhile. Okay, so you haven't heard of sniping, that's good. The idea of sniping is that, like a sniper in the army, you're looking for other dropshipping sellers. And then once you recognize a store on eBay that is a store of someone who's also a dropshipping seller, you analyze that store, and I'm going to show you how to analyze the store. You find their best sellers, and you you source their best sellers as well from AliExpress. And I have done no preparations whatsoever. Everything that I'm going to do now is going to happen live, so it might take a little bit longer, which is wonderful, because a lot of times in those videos of people that upload it to YouTube, let's say, or even in my videos that I upload to YouTube, I find the product ahead. And then you don't get a real estimation of time and the struggle and the things that happens, because not everything works smooth when you actually go down to practice. So I decided in this session not to prepare products ahead in order to do it together with you. And the process of sniping divides into 3 parts. First part, we need to find eBay sellers who are dropshippers as well. Second part, we need to analyze their stores and find the best products that they have in their store. And third part, we need to locate those products back in AliExpress. And the first part is to find sellers on AliExpress, on eBay, who sell products who source products from AliExpress, just like we're going to do, because we're going to model their success. And to do that, the best way that I know of how to do that, wait, I see a question. I'll answer questions later. The best way to know that is by simply looking for products in AliExpress. Any product that we're going to now get in AliExpress, if we could find someone on eBay that sells that exact same product, there is a chance that they will be sourcing those products from AliExpress. Let me show you how it's done in the best way that I know how to do it. So I'm going to choose a category, a random category. For example, under home and garden, I'm going to go to laundry basket. Like, I want to go as far into as far niche as I can. And what I care about in what I'm going to care about right now is not, like, I'm not looking for products to sell. I don't care how successfully am I going to be able to sell these products that I'm going to find right now. I'm only looking for products that I could look for on eBay, and that hopefully the product that I find on eBay would show me, would reveal to me sellers who are also dropshippers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort the page by orders. Why am I sorting this page by orders? Because the more orders this product has, this product was sold 1,868 times. The more times it got sold, the more chance that I would find someone on eBay who has been trying to sell it. Let's go for, let's say, this. I want to go for price range that is a little bit higher, because I think that this one is good because it doesn't have a range of prices. And at $3.16, that means that it should be sold on eBay for a little more. Let's see, it has 3 variations. All of them cost the same. That's great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy some of the, one second, some of the title. Let's say this part of it: one-piece shoe washing hanging bag, dry sneaker mesh laundry bags. This sentence doesn't make complete sense. It's just a bunch of keywords that they're trying to rank for, rank to the first page of AliExpress with. And I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to search for the same product. Now, when I'm searching for that same product, I'm getting a lot of results, and a lot of these results look exactly the same, but the chance that I will find dropshippers by simply looking for that product is too low. I mean, each one of these sellers could be a dropshipper, but there are sellers here with 170,000 feedback. The chance that this is a beginner dropshipper that I could, not beginner, but like even medium level dropshipper, these are like, to get 170,000 feedback, you need to have a lot of record selling online, selling on eBay. So I want to filter these out. So what do? The first thing that I do is I go back to AliExpress. I look at the price, and the price is $3.16, and I multiply it by 1.3. Why 1.3? Because when you are selling on eBay, you have those about 14 to 15% that you're going to pay as fees. And then let's say 14 to 15% on top of that, which is the profit margin. So it says here 4.1, and I'm going to go even further and say I want to find only sellers that sell for even more than that. I have to convert it for a second to my local currency, so I need to multiply it by 3.5. Sorry for that, because eBay works, because I log in from my country, eBay works in my local currency. So I have here 14.3. I'm going to say starting from 15 Israeli currency. And I'm filtering all of the results by only sellers that are selling it for a price that is at least the price that I was looking for. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to, well, it didn't fully work right now. Okay, if we ignore the other products, all of the products that I'll find, or most of the products that I will find that are the exact same product as what I saw in AliExpress would be of sellers with between 50 to 5,000 feedbacks. And these are sellers that I suspect that might be dropshippers, because there is enough time for you as a dropshipper to be between that range of 50 to 5,000, and a lot of dropshippers are at that range. This is a range that I like as a best practice to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open all of the products that I found that are exactly the same product and are between 50 to 5,000 feedbacks. This one is 161. This one is 19. This one is 703, 2,400, 1,100, 817, and I think that should be enough. Let's give it another one, 42, and it's okay. It's enough. And the best way for me to figure out now if these are dropshippers is actually by, within their product, click on the name of their stores, and look at one parameter. There's one parameter that's going to tell me if they are dropshippers or not, and that's their country, their location as sellers. You see, this member joined on April 10th, 2019, and he's selling from China. Typically, Chinese sellers would not be people like us that have been taking a course online on how to dropship from AliExpress to eBay. So this is most likely not a dropshipper. Next. What about this guy? Okay, here is a perfect example. We have someone who has 193 feedback, and he's from the Netherlands. Now, why would someone from the Netherlands own in their store this product that happens to be exactly just a little bit over 1.3 in price over the product in AliExpress. Someone from the Netherlands, I have a high suspicion that this is an AliExpress to eBay dropshipper. So I found this guy. Let's try to see if I can find at least one more or two more. This guy is from China, so I'm going to close it. What about you? United Kingdom, again, the same story as the Netherlands. Someone from the UK that is dropshipping products, most likely from AliExpress to eBay. Just look how quickly I find other dropshippers. This is why this method is so effective, because I can find dozens of sellers that are with one search. All I had to do, and that was one category on AliExpress, one product that I analyzed. Like, think what happens if you sit for 1-2 hours and do that thing, and you only create a huge list of all of those sellers before you even analyze their stores. So one more, because usually after that to source products also take a little time. China, I'm closing it. What about you, mate? Another Chinese, closing it. What about you? Lithuania, one of the, I don't know what's the thing with Lithuania, but it's bombarded with dropshippers. It's huge. There are tons of dropshippers from Lithuania. And the last one is, again, Lithuania. So look at that. We did one search, and we found 4 suspicious stores that might be dropshipping sellers. Step 1 completed. We found stores. I'm opening it up for questions. Maria, if you can mute your, unless you have a question. I see that Julian asked, do we need to purchase the products to dropship? No, Julian, you only make the purchase after you made the sale. That's the beauty of dropshipping. Okay, I see that there are no questions. I'm going to continue to the next step. So we found dropshippers, right? Now I said that the next step is to analyze their stores. And the way to analyze an eBay store is to click on the button, when you're in their store, to click on the button, items to sell, items for sale. And what happens is that when you click on that button, you enter their store and you can see all of the products in their stores. Barry, can you please mute yourself, because it creates a little bit noise here, or I'll have to mute you. Okay, thank you. And I told you that I'm going to teach you 2 methods, one that is manual and one that is automatic. Maybe we'll have to give up. Okay, I'll show you later a little bit about automatic, but I told you that I'll give you a 100% free, 100% manual method, and it is not going to be 100% manual. Here I have some automation that we're going to use. I'm going to use a Chrome extension that is called eBay Popularity Sort. You can see that I have it in my Chrome extensions. Here it is, eBay Popularity Sort. That's how it looks like. And if you want to look for it, you just write Chrome extension eBay Popularity Sort, and you will find it over here, and you could as well install it. So here it is. It's called eBay Popularity Sort. And what it does is that it takes all of the products in that store and it automatically sorts them in eBay according to their popularity, just like that. So I would most likely have, it's not 100% accurate. It's not like Zik Analytics that I'm going to show you, but it does quite a good job. And it automatically, I told you the first part was to find those sellers, and the second part would be to analyze their stores. Here we go. One click of a button, the store is analyzed. We see the top sellers of those dropshippers. And that's what I meant. Remember that I told you that sniping is very, very powerful and quick to create, very very beginners friendly. That's why I said it, because you can analyze dropship. You can find them in one click, couple of clicks. You can analyze their store in one click. Let's do it to the other stores as well. You have this guy. And this one. and this one. And what we're going to do next, here it's sorted, is move to the next step. I see a message about the shipping time. I'll answer it soon, don't worry. Once we analyze their stores, all we have to do is look at their products and then find a supplier for those products in AliExpress. And what's amazing in this method is that with one piece of Chrome extension that I'm going to show you, you're going to be able to do that in one click as well. So I'm going to open here this product. Now let's take a product that is in a price range of, yeah, $13 is the price that I like. For beginners, I don't like to go above $30 because I think that this is a risky range and really depends on the products, and if you'll have to handle returns and all of that. I'm going to talk about returns later, but generally speaking, I like to keep it a little bit cheaper as when you're just getting started. So I have another Chrome extension which is called Ali Tools. This one, it looks like that. And Ali Tools is not at all a Chrome extension for dropshipping. It has nothing to do with dropshipping. It's a Chrome extension for people that want to buy stuff in AliExpress and want to reduce the price, and it's like a consumer-oriented. But as dropshippers, we can take advantage of that, because what Ali Tool does is that every picture on the internet, you can click on one button and find that picture on AliExpress. Look for a supplier on AliExpress for that picture. Moreover, if you're on a website like eBay.com, Amazon.com, websites like that, AliTools will automatically look for that same product in AliExpress as a price comparison feature. We're not going to really use it for price comparison. We are, comparing prices, but for us, it's awesome because as dropshippers, what we can do is we can fairly quickly find that product, that same product on AliExpress, and look at that. Check it out, guys. Sold for $13.25. I found a supplier on AliExpress. It made 2,000 orders for $1.55. And if I'll open it, and we're going to move to the next step soon of checking whether it's a good supplier or not. But if I'll open it, and I'll check for a second, I thought that you would have ePocket here. We're going to talk about it soon. But if I'll open it and I'll see, and now we're going to move, soon we're going to move to the calculation, but you can already see that $1.27 plus the shipping of $4.81. Without calculating, you already know that it's less than 13.25. That's wonderful. What I forgot to do by mistake is to make sure that this product has sales record. So here you see that this product never got sold, so we're not really going to source it. But I did want to show you how it looked like, or how the process looked like of after we analyze the store. We open these products and then we look for them in AliExpress, right? Sorry for that. Let's find products that were actually sold and something that is really, really hot and juicy. This seller, as you can see, his most popular items were barely sold. I'm going to close it. You're going to meet dozens and dozens of these. Here, let's see, this looks like a product that could be very dropped. When I see complex products, I usually skip them. I move to the more easy to use products is the best thing to see. And I look here, but there are no sales. So these are not successful sellers. Maybe, okay, here we have 14 times sold, but for $7.59, I'm not sure if we could find it so quickly for a great price. So here is whatever this product is. Okay, from $1.30, but no good suppliers here. And I'm going to show you soon why. Let's sort it by price, cheap first. Okay, 102 orders. Maybe this is a good supplier. Let's see, 1 second. We're going to do the check. I'll show you soon what I mean by doing all those checks. AliExpress standard, might be an okay supplier. And if it's for, okay. Now I can do also the calculation, and I found out a product that was sold 14 times. I could also go into here and see how many times it got sold. I already showed you that. It didn't sell for a long time. You see this was sold the last time in July. But you can see that it sells almost every month or two a couple of items, meaning that Yeah, it's not a super hot trending item, but it's what we call evergreen product, a product that is not seasonal. It's not only being sold, I don't know, like summer pool products would be, pool products would be sold mostly on summer. Jackets would be sold mostly in winter. This seems to be like an evergreen product. So I wouldn't say that it's the hottest product that I've ever found on AliExpress, but it's a nice product that this time we're going to look into. And I told you that the third part of finding what to sell is to make sure that that our supplier is a good supplier. But before we make sure that our supplier is a good supplier, we need to make sure that this is an actually good price, that there is actual profit in here by trying to sell this product and source this one. So I'm going to use a calculator, which I'm going to later after this lesson send Christina the link to, so you guys could have this file as well for yourselves. And this is a calculator that I designed. It's not that complicated. It's a simple Excel file, but it looks nice and it's easy to work with, which what you do with is you enter to it 3 details. Let's see how it looks like. You enter to it a couple of details. The first thing that you enter is your break-even percentage, which is for most of us about 14.5. If I based it on the eBay fees, PayPal fees, and the 13 cents that you have here. So it could be less for you if you have a store subscription on eBay, then your eBay fee is 9.15 for the purpose of this calculation. If you don't have a store subscription on eBay, then you should use 10%. And if you're based in the United States, then your PayPal fee is 2.9%. My PayPal fee is 4.4% because I'm based in Israel. So we're going to do this entire use case based on me selling, but for you it will be even a lower break even. So this calculation will set the fees here. And what we're going to do in this calculator is we're going to enter the price on eBay of the person that we're trying to snipe, of the other seller, our future competitor, and then the cost plus shipping, and it's going to calculate for us the profit both in percentage and in US dollars. Let's do that together. We have $7.59 as the price on eBay. So I'm going to here and I'm going to enter $7.59. That's the price that that's the price that we know that this product is being sold for, and it's being sold successfully. I already said, not the most successful product I've ever found, but I wanted to give you a real scenario. I want you to see me doing real research. You can move on. We're not going to spend time on that now and find much, much hotter products. And then in terms of costs, I'm going to go for the highest price that I'm going to find here. So that's 0.91. I don't even know what this product is. I'm not going to go into it right now. We're going to do it when we're going to do the optimization. Right now, I'm only checking the prices. It costs on AliExpress, if I click here on the shipping, I can see how much it costs to ship it. We're never going to use shipping carriers with no tracking numbers. So we're only going to use ones that has tracking numbers. So here, AliExpress standard shipping is $2.95, as you can see in here. And if I will list the same product as the same as the other guy on eBay, and I would get some of the traffic from eBay for some of the traffic of people that are interested in buying this product, and they will see sometimes his product, but some of them will sometimes see my product. eBay spreads their traffic between different sellers. Maybe he will get 80% of the traffic and I will get only 20% of the traffic. Doesn't matter. As long as I will get traffic for this product, maybe I will generate a sale. And if I will generate a sale, I will be able to source this product from AliExpress and make $2.33 profit, or 30% profit margin. So that is how you know, or that is how you calculate very, very quickly. And this file is going to be available for you after this webinar. Your potential profit margins from AliExpress. Now I'm going to discuss the last part of this section, and then we're going to take a short break, and we'll have a Q&A session. And at this part, I want to talk about suppliers and AliExpress and how to choose, or how do you know. So we talked about how do you know if the product on eBay side is a good product to snipe. we talked about, sorry, I also forgot that I need to show the automation, but the automation is going to be 2 minutes. It's going to be very, very quickly, like the more automated way. But the product here on eBay, we know that we want to see a good sales record and that's it. But when it comes to AliExpress, wait a second, let me take a zip. This is going to be my supplier. It's not like I'm sniping. It's like this is literally going to be my supplier. There are a couple of parameters that I want to make sure that this is going to be a reliable supplier. Because sorry for cursing, if he's going to fuck me over, I'm going to get in trouble and my business is going to get harmed. And I'm not willing to take that risk. So what are the parameters that we're looking into? And I do it fairly quickly every time that I source product. It's not something that you need to put tons of thought into. Let's do it fairly quickly. The first thing that I care about is the product itself, right? There is the supplier, because AliExpress is a marketplace. There are multiple suppliers on that marketplace, tons of sellers like eBay. So I will make sure that the supplier is good. But before that, let's make sure that the product is good. And to know if the product is good, you have the review system, kind of like what exists on Amazon. I think that now on eBay, it's also being involved in different ways. And you can see that how many people bought the product. We already, remember that we sorted by orders. So it's the same here. So 103 people ordered this product. They left 44 reviews. And if I'll standard the reviews, I will be able to see how many of them of how many stars. And if you're not sure, if it's a product that you're like, yeah, you know, like, okay, if it's a wall decor, like how bad could it possibly go? But if it's something electronic, something you're not sure, it might break, all of that stuff, you might want to actually look into the one-star reviews and see why people complain about it. And that might be a big no-no for you. Again, it really depends. Like I don't say, don't do that research if a product costs 91 cents. But if you're about to list a product that costs $100 and you want to sell it for $300 on eBay, do your damn research, because you don't want to get in trouble if you're sourcing products from China for a product that costs $100. You really have to know what you're buying. So that is the first thing is, as I said, the product and how good it is. The second thing has to do with shipping and buyer protection and returns. And I'm going to look for a second for another product on AliExpress because I want to find one that has the best details that you could possibly have for a product. I guess this one will have it, right? Come on, don't disappoint me. We have, we only have buyer protection. Let's move to this one. 1 second, guys. Sorry about the delay. Not yet. What about you? Well, that's not my lucky day, is it? Okay, worst case, I'll just show you how it's supposed to look like. Okay, never mind. I'll show you when it has free returns. The best case for a product on AliExpress, sorry, a supplier. We're moving now from the product and we'll start to talk about supplier. So the same product could be offered by 10 different suppliers, 10 different sellers on AliExpress. Same way as you can be one of the sellers on eBay that is trying to sell the same product, which is what we're doing here. So the parameters that you care in terms of what does the supplier offer is first and foremost, what are the shipping methods that that supplier offers? Well, I already said the tracking number is a must, but what I didn't tell you is what types of shipping methods are the most recommended when you're sourcing products from China. And there is one shipping method that doesn't appear here, which is called ePacket. Have anyone ever heard of ePacket? Can you write me in the chat if you know what ePacket is? If you have heard of it, what's so special about it? While I'm looking for it here. This one doesn't have it. Wait, I know where I will find it. I don't see any answers. Okay, that might be because you guys have never heard of ePacket, which is totally cool. ePacket is a shipping method for products from China that is actually taking something like 10 days to arrive to the United States. So if you have 1 day or 2 day shipping from Amazon, yeah, you can't compete with that when it comes to 10 days shipping. But hey, 10 days shipping from China, that is apparently not so bad, right? I mean, some people have this misconception that when you're drop shipping from China to the US, it will take a month, 2 months, 3 months for products to arrive to your customers. But that's not true. Okay, this might, yeah, here we go, e-packet. If a supplier on AliExpress offers an e-packet delivery method, which usually it costs money, but if they offer e-packet delivery method, these products, look at the estimated delivery. Okay, here we're talking about almost a month now. I don't know why specifically this product, but sometimes you will be able to see like all kind of expedited shipping options that exists from AliExpress who wouldn't cost so much and would keep you still competitive. And ePacket is the main one. Lately, I also see UPS expedited and all kind of EEMS and all kind of shipping services which are trackable, which is very important, which are fairly fast from China to the United States. And because I saw that, who was it? Yeah, Naja asked what are the shipping time frame. So the shipping time frame from China to the United States, like it used to be that all of the packages that you dropship, like when, I don't know, 2014, 2015, every package that would be shipped from AliExpress would be, not every, but many packages would be non-trackable and would be like not quickly arriving to the United States, but that's not correct anymore. So the first thing that you want to look for, or you want to make sure, is that your supplier offers a fast shipping method. ePacket is my personal favorite, but UPS Expedite is great, EMS is great. There is something that's called Fastline, YW Fastline. Everything that you see according to the time frame that it says there, if it's trackable, yeah, it costs a little bit more than the non-fast shipping options, but it's through air, it goes through airplanes, it doesn't go by sea, it's much faster, and it's definitely the one that you should look for. The second thing that you want to look for is down here, the buyer protections and the options for free returns. Now, the options of, I'm going to start with free returns. And we're going to talk about returns when we set up the return policy on eBay. But when a supplier gives you free returns, they give you 15 days of returns. Now, in comparison to Home Depot, that gives you 180 days of returns, it doesn't worth it. And in any case, we're going to talk about returns in the return section, and you don't really need those free returns, because I'm going to teach you a couple of tricks that are going to make it easier for you. But free returns is always an advantage. The second thing that you're going to look for is the buyer protection. Buyer protection is money-back guarantee in case, see, they have a money-back guarantee that they give you in case that the item has not arrived, has arrived and it's damaged, or has arrived and it's not as described. And it's a program by AliExpress, very similar to what PayPal and eBay are doing for their buyers. But since you act as a buyer on AliExpress, you are being, you're safe as a dropshipper. So these are the three most important parameters, or actually the free returns is less important, but the shipping methods and the money-back guarantee are two go or no-go in that sense. And the last parameter, let me look for a different supplier, for example, for a second, so you can see what I'm talking about. The last parameter is the seller itself, the store of the seller. Same as you on eBay have your own positive feedback rate, our negative feedbacks and everything, so does sellers in AliExpress. There is even top brand, which is like top rated sellers on eBay. So if you would look here next to the logo in every product that you look at, you will be able to see what did people say? Do they ship on time? How well do they communicate? Were the items as described? Is it above average, below average? You will be able to see the amount of positive feedback, the rate of the positive feedback, even the amount of followers. Like you can actually, it's like social media here. You can actually follow sellers on AliExpress. And but I don't really read all of this information. What I do instead is, because I have AliTools, the Chrome extension, if you install it, for every product in AliExpress, it appears down here, some ranking for the seller. So you see they got here 90%. It's a high rating, and they can give you a review, an overview of the seller. So this is what, like I told you, this is why I'm giving this lesson for you guys. Like, look how many tools, how many things are supporting you as dropshippers if you want to dropship from AliExpress to eBay. Before we take a break and do a Q&A session, I promised you also that I'll show you a little bit more automated way to source products. And for that, for the purpose of doing that, I'm going to use a software that is called Zik Analytics. I'll try to leave you guys a link later to it. And Zik Analytics is a software that is in a full partnership with DSM Tool. Nahar, the owner of the software, is doing weekly live sessions of product sourcing. He's a great guy. You can learn a lot from him about eBay dropshipping in general. And the only thing that I'm going to show you how to do with Zik Analytics is how to do the process of finding sellers to snipe much, much quicker. So I'm going to use a feature that they have that is called the product research. And in the product research, I'm going to use the same technique that I used for searching on eBay, only that I'm going to take here only a couple of keywords. So I'm going to take 3 keywords: facial cleansing, brush. And I'm going to enter it in Zik Analytics in the feature that is called product search. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to only look for sellers that has between 50 and 5,000 feedback. And this feature alone that allows me to only get results of seller within that feedback range of products that are their item location is only China for products that were sold or that has a sales range of the past 30 days. Only searching this, only the ability to filter that is going to easily find me a lot of dropshippers. You can see here that I got 100 results. This is where you see how many results. And if I'll click on all of them, and I'll click on the button that's called Zik Selection, Zik Analytics will analyze the results. Now, this tool is a super powerful tool for market research. It has a lot of parameters, which I'm not going to cover in this webinar. It has to do with other ways of how to source products. There are tons of features here all about product sourcing. But for beginners, I think that the easiest way to get started with is to, in the search results of Zik Analytics, if you scroll down a little bit, you have here the list of sellers and their feedback count, as you can see here. And right now, this feature doesn't work, but sometimes you can also see here next to it the flag of the country where they come from. And then you can easily spot those sellers, and then we can move to the analysis stage by clicking on a button that is called Scan Sellers. So what I'm going to do in Zik Analytics is I'm just going to go to the first 20 sellers here. 5, 6, let's do it 10, 8, 9, 10. And you can understand that how long will it take me to do 100? 3 more minutes, and I'll open all of them. And then what happens is that when I click Scan Sellers, it scans their stores, and I can see up here where is the seller from. So China is not relevant. Lithuania, remember our best friends from Lithuania, the country with most dropshippers. And what it will do, it will put here at the top already their best sellers. And you could see both how many times the product was sold in total and how many times it was sold only in the past month. You see this product was sold 15 times, but 7 times in the past month. So it saves me also that click from going in to see how many times it was sold in the past month. And I could fairly quickly open these products. I don't like too cheap products, so I will start from, let's say, $15.99, and I see that product on eBay. And if I'll give AliTools another second, it will analyze the product for me, and it will show it here, or it won't. And then let me show you how it works from here. I'll just click on Find on AliExpress. It will analyze the product in AliExpress and will find it for $8.50 with 179 orders. And I think that you guys are starting to get the game and starting to realize. Let's look at the supplier here. Offers free returns, offered 90 days protection, free shipping via e-packet. Guys, this is like, you can't get any better than that. 4 sold, 4 in all of them in the past month. It's trending right now. Yeah, it doesn't have 100 sales, but this is like the perfect example. Oh, but look at that. We have a very, very bad seller, only 67%. That sucks because he offers free returns. You know what? I would still go for that seller, even though it doesn't. Because I see here 93% good feedback. He's a little bit below average. He doesn't have a lot of, but like he offers free returns, free e-packet shipping, great pricing that is definitely going to be profitable in terms of eBay. And this is what we do again and again and again and again, and we find awesome products to sell. So and this was one seller, right? So I can continue that, and here with Zik Analytics, Chinese sellers, that's not good. Okay, usually it doesn't work like that. Usually what happens with Zik is if you go here, and we go a little bit below, and I'll open here like 10 or 20 sellers, and I would have, I don't know, I would have a good 40 to 50% of them as dropshippers. Let's do it again. Chinese. Okay, maybe the keywords were not that good. But a lot of times, never mind. You saw, okay, never mind, because you guys saw how I found that guy from, where is he? The guy from Lithuania, which was a great dropshipper. But you can fairly quickly find sellers with Zik Analytics. So I see that, wow, I'm way over, okay, we're 1 hour and I'm like halfway. So remember that I said 1 hour? I'm really sorry, guys, but I guess this is going to take a little bit longer, maybe closer to 2 hours than 1 hour. I'm going to give, before we take a break, because I don't want to burn out completely, let's take a short time for Q&A. Okay, I see first question is, wait a second. So Naja is saying, I used always to avoid products from China. I'm happy to hear there are more options for faster shipping. This is what we're doing this webinar for. I'm very happy that you're here. Thank you for saying that. Alana says, what are the best ways to set up dropshipping accounts in terms of location? I'm from the Caribbean. So in terms of, we're going to set up something that's called item location later on, you will see. It's when we set up DSM tool, and we're going to set it to China. It doesn't matter where you're located. You only need to specify where the items are located. How do we download Ali Tools? Let me show you. Very, very simple. You go to Google and you search for Ali Tools. And that's it. The second link will be the Chrome Web Store. The first link will be the website that will take you to the Chrome Web Store. You click add to, here it is, you add it to Chrome, and you're good to go. Next question. How do I determine the break-even point? Okay, it's because it's a little bit complicated topic. There can be a lesson about break-even, but I'll try to explain it still. How did I get to these numbers in terms of what is my break-even? So let's look at it together. Let's use this file for that. Break-even, what do we have when we sell a product? We have eBay fees. We have PayPal fees, which is percentage, and PayPal fees, which is fixed 30 cents. You have 2.9%, which is the PayPal fees, and how much is your eBay fee depends on your eBay store subscription. Let me show you how it looks like. Here is the page on eBay about store subscriptions. And you can see that with a free, it doesn't say it here, but the free has the same as starter. The free account has a final value fee of 10%. And once you subscribe to the basic plan, which costs, where does it say? Never mind, it costs $27 a month. It goes down to 9.15%. So I think I can't remember how much exactly. Let's say it's 27. We have to check that. But if you want to know at what point it's worth for you to subscribe to the basic plan, that's when that difference between 10 minus 9.15, right? Because that's the difference in percentage that you're going to pay as a selling fee. So 0.85%. So what you want to do is you want to take that, it's 27.95, right? You want to divide it by 0.085, I hope that's correct. Yes. You want to divide that by the percentage. This is the decimal representation of the percentage. When you will reach $3,288 sales per month, it would be worth for you to have that basic subscription just in order to reduce the selling fee from 10% to 9.15%, because otherwise the 0.85% difference between those two at $3,288 would be $27. So at that point, you wouldn't want to drop it. So it really depends on whether you have a store subscription or not, right? Because I don't know if your eBay fee is 10 or 9.15. But let's say that this is your that it's 10 because you just got started. And if you would be an international seller, that wouldn't be 2.9, that would be 4.4. So like the scenario really depends on you and your specific case. But let's say that you, in the lower case, have, let's say 10 and 2.9 to make it more relevant for you guys. That would be 12.9%, which is the decimal representation will be 0.129 and plus 30 cents. And if you're in the UK, you would have different numbers. If you're in Germany, you would have different numbers. This is why this is an adjustable file. Any more questions? Okay, cool. We're going to take 5 minutes off. I'm going to get myself a glass of water. Otherwise, I will finish this lesson with no voice at all. So it's now 4:20. At 4:25, I'm going to continue this lesson. And hopefully I really will try to keep it short. I know I have a tendency to talk sometimes a little bit too much. But I'll move on to setting up eBay, setting up DSM tool, and we'll see what else. Amanda, I see that you raised your hand. Do you have any question? You can also turn on the microphone if you want to speak instead of writing. Okay, you're loading it. Okay, cool. 5 minutes and we're back. See you soon. Okay, so I brought myself a cup of water. Before we continue, let's get to know each other a little better. Can you write me how long have you been selling on eBay, whether you are selling on eBay or not? If you have been selling successfully any product already. Let's hear what you guys have to say in the chat. I don't see any answers. I think that I'm alone, maybe. Okay, yeah, here. The answers start coming. That's wonderful. Jada said that she's been selling for 3 months and made over $300 in sales. I hope it's in profit, but even if it sells, it's a good start. Very zero experience. Welcome to the club, mate. Jada getting better at it. Jada says, I want to get better at it. And I'm saying getting better at it is what we're doing, no matter if we're taking a webinar today in AliExpress dropshipping or running a software company. I promise you, getting better is what we do every morning. Amanda, 3 days. Got few orders, but all the payments are on hold. We call it the PayPal jail in eBay dropshipping. That PayPal is holding 20% of your funds. Sucks, right? But it passes after 90 days, and you can actually, if you see that the product has arrived, you can track the shipment, and if you see that the product has arrived to the buyers, then you can call PayPal and have it released. I hope that it would help you. Okay, Sonia, you're saying that you're selling a couple of months with no profit. So this webinar is perfect for you because I want you to follow those best practices and try to implement them. Maybe moving from Amazon to AliExpress would give you more, I don't know, more luck. Maybe some of the strategies, there's something that would click for you better. And Alanas is willing to learn. I hope so too, guys. There are no guarantees. Remember that there is only hard work that we can put in, and hopefully it will pay out. And I'm going to do my best to give you as much information as possible so it would pay out for you. Let's move on with our work. I'm going to close here some tabs so we will have clean screen. 1 second before. Oh shit, I did a mistake. That sucks. Never mind. I'll open it later again. I closed an important page in DSM tool, but never mind. So recapping what we learned so far. We started by talking about AliExpress dropshipping in general and why is it a nice thing to do. And then we found suppliers that we want to follow. We analyzed their stores, one time manually for free, one time with Zik Analytics, it's $30 a month. And then we looked for suppliers in AliExpress, and we talked about what are the parameters for these suppliers that would be our go, no go in terms of whether we will dropship those products or not. And now that we are done with finding what to sell, I know that we haven't found crazy products, but we've been doing it for 1 hour, including all of the explanations. If you devote 1 hour just for yourself, I say there is no chance that you find 3 to 5 products with at least 8 sales in the past 1 month. Repeat this webinar as many times as you need in order to master how I'm doing it. I've been doing it dozens of times. If you won't be doing it dozens of times, you wouldn't find those products. Because the next things that we're going to do are going to be one-time setups, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the optimization with DSM tool, and that's it. So 1 second, I'm going to check messages again. Okay, Latisha, good luck. And let's move on. So I'm going to go on eBay, and I want to talk about eBay setup. In order to be able to dropship from AliExpress, the most important thing for you to set up is something that is called business policies. 1 second. The business policies in eBay appears in the account settings under the selling section. You can see it down here. And if you don't have it, if it doesn't appear for you, what you want is to, I know it's really weird, but on eBay, a lot of times you need to Google things that you want to do on eBay. It's a really, really old system, and this is how it works, but it's just how it works. So opt-in, eBay, business policies. And then you will get to an article about business policies, and you will have here a button that says opt-in. It's crazy that this is the way, this is the only way that I know how to get business policies. It's really, really weird, but it's working. So if you don't have business policies set up, please go and opt in. You can do it right now as we speak if you want. If you do have it, then you will be able to set it up here. Again, under the account settings, under the selling section. And I want you to see something with my policies. As you can see, they are sorted by the names of the suppliers that I have installed. And this account is only for educational purposes. It doesn't have any sales whatsoever. But you can see that I have one payment policy here. It says payment policy, and couple of return and couple of shipping policies. That's because payment for me is always PayPal. I always only accept PayPal. But the shipping and return changes according to the supplier. AliExpress shipping and returns are different from Amazon shipping and returns, are different from Cocos Trade, and are different from CG Dropshipping. So what I do is I like to set up, you can create policies by clicking Create Policy here and choosing one of these. And I like to set up the policies by name. Let's start by looking into the payment policies. I'll click Edit here. And in terms of payment policies, Sorry about that. I'm a little bit losing my voice. The name can be PayPal Immediate Pay. It's usually the name that is being given automatically by eBay. It's very simple. I choose PayPal, I enter my PayPal email account, and I click Require Immediate Payment. And that's it, because we don't accept late payments for product. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You save it, you move on. We're going to set it up later in DSM tool as well. I'm going to talk about shipping policy in a second, but first let's talk about return policies. So when I create a return policy, I call it AliExpress return policy. And inside, I want to explain to you something about returns in eBay. And that's going to be hopefully a good lesson for you in general for eBay dropshipping or selling on eBay. But if you think about it, the best option for beginners when it comes to returns from AliExpress is not to offer returns at all. And if you want not to offer returns at all, you can just uncheck those two boxes. And if you don't want to follow the guidelines I'm going to give you, just do that. Don't offer returns. But what is the downside of not offering returns? Can someone of you think and tell me in the chat, what is the downside of not offering returns? Try to think. What could be bad for me as a seller on eBay? Okay, so Naja says no customer loyalty. It's a good answer, but there is something much, much worse than that. You're right, there is something worse. No customer loyalty means that maybe I'll have harder time to sell because my customers don't want to trust me. Lower the confidence in buyer. Your eBay store can close, that's not true. It won't close just because you don't offer returns. All right, let me tell you. The biggest problem is that you lose the competitive advantage. What do I mean by that? Okay. How does traffic in eBay works? We're going to refer back to it again and again and again. I said it already. When someone searches on eBay for these gloves, these biking gloves, they're going to get a couple of results in the first page of the results. Whether it will be me in those results or someone else that dropships from AliExpress the same product depends on multiple variables. The price of the product, what kind of shipping options I offer, and also what return options I offer. And by accepting returns, sorry, I increase my chance to be in the first page result. The more I increase my chances to be in the first page result, first page, of the results, the more effectively, the more traffic I get from eBay. This is why I suggest to do offer returns from AliExpress. But you must be saying to yourself, what am I talking about? Returns to China? Who the hell returns products to China? And you would be correct. And this is why we're going to use a trick here in terms of how we offer returns. And the reason that we're going to use this trick is actually rooted in 2018. November 2018, let me show you that. eBay automatic returns. eBay releases an update, 2017. eBay releases an update that says that they're going to automatically accept returns of buyers, which means, wait a second, sorry about that. Where's my? Sorry, guys. Which means that no matter if you have return policy or don't have return policy, if one of the following things happen, the item did not arrive, the item arrived but it's damaged, or the item arrived but it's not as described, it says blue on the description but it's actually black, or anything like that, eBay will automatically approve the return whether you like it or not. So either way, you have to accept returns when you're selling on eBay, no matter where you're selling from. And what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to offer a return of 30 days. And what we're going to do is we're going to define that the shipping will be paid by the buyer. and that we're also going to mark that we can offer a replacement or exchange. And what's going to happen is when a buyer opens a return case, we're going to do one of two things. Option number one, we contact the buyer and we say, hey, what happened? Why do you want to return? And he says, the item never arrived, the item is not as described, the item is damaged. Well, that's wonderful for us. Remember the AliExpress buyer protection? What does it say here? It says that if the item did not arrive, not as described or damaged, never mind, you already saw it, you will get your money back. Perfect. You could refund the buyer and get your money back from AliExpress. The only problem in this scenario is that on eBay, you're going to refund your buyer within 5 to 7 days. And on AliExpress, you will get the money back after 14 days. So you have this time in between that you have to finance because you already refunded the buyer, but you didn't get your refund yourself. But hey, that's business. This is part of the game. I don't know any solution, any workaround. But hey, but you know that you're going to get the money back, so it's all good. The other option is that the buyers would say, I just want to return the product. You have a 30 days return. This 30 days return, it's like no question asked type of return. You want to return because you want to return, right? It's like, and you guys live in the United States. In Israel, it's less common, but in the United States, if you want to return something, you freaking return it. So that's what this policy means. And what will happen is that you will be able to say, okay, you want to return? No problem. You're going to write your supplier in AliExpress, and you're going to ask the supplier, hey, what is your address? And you're going to give your buyer the address in China, and they will have to send that product to China if they want to get the return. Now, it might happen if it's a product that costs hundreds of dollars, they might actually do that, and then, well, you're fucked and you have to refund them. But a product that costs $10, who's going to ship it to China? Nobody's going to do that. They're just going to give up on it. Again, this is a trick. It's on your own risk. I'm showing you that. I know that a lot of people do that and they don't get in trouble, but it's a way to get more traffic from eBay by offering these options of returns, but effectively not providing returns because nobody returned the products to China. And if they have an actual problem, then you will be able to either offer them a replacement or exchange and then work it with your supplier in AliExpress, or refund them and get refunded by your supplier in AliExpress. So I'm going to ask if I want to give you a second to ask questions about it, about the returns themselves. And I hope that you like that. You know what? No, before I give you time for answers, questions. Before I do that, remember that we said that there are automatic returns. There is another setting that you need to set up that is related to your return settings, which is just follow me. I will explain it shortly. It's just a technical thing. 1 second. I made myself a special tea for throat pain. In your account settings, which is here, under site preferences, look for the words, you can click Control F, look for the word return, and find the return preferences. Click Edit. Scroll down and turn the RMA number on. The idea of RMA, I'm not going to go and explain it too much, but the idea is that instead of eBay automatically sending your buyer, so with the automatic returns, when eBay automatically approve a return, they will send the buyer a shipping label with your address on it. So this option delays that process within 5 days and gives you time to contact the buyer and work it with them. If within 5 days you didn't work it out with them, they will get the shipping label. So that's first thing that you have to do. There is nothing that we can do other than workarounds because we're dropshippers, but our main number is turned on. The second thing that I've seen people doing is that they go to the account settings, and under their addresses here, they change the return address. 1 second, it wants me to log in. And what they do is they change their address to something like, do not ship here, please contact us. And then even if the return label was printed and sent to your buyers, they don't have anywhere that they can return the products to, and they have to contact you. But if you do that, you have to be the nicest person ever. You should call that person and tell them, hey guys, I'm sorry, like anything, so they would not complain about you to eBay. You have to keep them super, super satisfied. Remember, like the one thing that is most important, if there is one lesson out of everything, you have to be 100% focused on your buyers. They're the most important asset that you have. So that's about returns. Questions about returns before I move to shipping? I see that Destiny says, nice, I'll do that. Good luck. Okay, there are no questions. I'm moving on, unless I'll see more questions. So you can save your return. And the last thing that we're going to set up on eBay is going to be the shipping policy. And I'm going to teach you a nice trick here as well. I think this is the coolest policy to set up, because I'm going to give you a trick that is going to increase your profits without you needing to do anything. If you're going to focus on only shipping with ePacket, then you can just take a screenshot of this screen, but I'm going to go over it. The shipping on eBay divides into domestic shipping, international shipping, and excluded locations. These are the three things that we're going to go over. And in terms of domestic shipping, it's to the United States. And in here, what you're going to set up is you're going to set up standard shipping from Hong Kong, and you're going to set it up as free shipping. And then you don't have to do that, but a cool trick that I am familiar with is to use to add another. You see, you can add here an additional service, and you add ePacket. And when you add ePacket, you charge $1 for it. Now, in the software that we're going to use, DSM tool, actually this is going to be already implemented. Like the price of the product is going to include the ePacket shipping. So you don't really need to charge anything for it. But by offering that on eBay, some people, and either way, even if people are going to choose standard shipping, you're anyway going to ship with ePacket. But by choosing ePacket as a delivery option or enabling it, some people might think like, oh, wait, I'm willing to pay another $1 to get it faster, and they would just give you pure profit. So a little bit deceivable, but definitely awesome for your profit margin, a way to make some extra bucks. So that's in domestic shipping. So that's the trick. And wait, who is it? Senator Private's okay. The next parameter is called handling time. Handling time on eBay is defined by the time that it takes you to update tracking number on eBay. That's the time that is defined as handling time. And the thing is, it's a tricky parameter, because the lower that you go, the more traffic you will get from eBay, because you're more competitive, kind of the same thing as the returns. But if you don't stand in the 2 days or 3 days that you set, then you're getting, your seller level is being harmed. Let me show you how it looks like here. If I'll go to something that is called the Seller Hub, which I'm not going to cover in this webinar, you will see down here something that is called the seller level. And in it, you can see that you have the number of tracking numbers that were uploaded on time and were validated. And if you don't upload it on time, within the handling days, it goes down and you're losing traffic because your seller level goes down. So I suggest for beginners to set 4 days. A lot of people prefer to set 3 days because eBay says that 4 days, buyers will be notified for longer handling time and when they view it on the item. So again, you get less competitive. So that's about handling time. Then when it comes to international shipping, the reason that you can at all use the international shipping is because we're sourcing from AliExpress. You see, when you source from Amazon to eBay, you're only able to sell from the US to the US. But when you source from AliExpress to eBay, unless you use the global shipping program, but I'm not going to talk about it. When you're sourcing from AliExpress, you can ship directly from AliExpress to anywhere in the world. So these are the countries, and you can take a screenshot, or after that you can pause the video if you watch it again. These are the countries that I suggest to work with. And the reason that you can see that I use the same trick here with economy shipping and then expedited shipping that has some extra, and that's just for people to incentivize people to pay you more just for shipping, although it's all calculated in your price. But actually, it's not really calculated in your price. And that's the thing with international shipping. When it comes to domestic shipping, when you will list items from AliExpress to eBay with the SM tool, it will include the shipping to the United States. But if I will look into AliExpress for a second for other locations, let's just take a random product here. I don't know, this one, whatever. When I look at the shipping here, you see it says free shipping to the United States. It has e-packet for $5. But if I will change it to Brazil, it might not offer any kind of shipping, or might offer standard shipping, which is not even the fast shipping, for more expensive than the e-packet for the United States, just because it's Brazil. Now, you can't, for every product, go over all of this list. So your decision, if you want to sell worldwide and if you want to set up these countries or not, kind of depends on how you want to manage risk. I think that if you're going to choose only these countries that I marked here, which are countries that are either close relatively to China or westernized, very Western with very good postal system, then the prices would, on average, not go above the price that you would pay to ship it to the United States. And you should be just fine, but that depends on you. It's the matter of your risk management. And anyway, you can also always mark for additional, like we ship worldwide, just contact us, and then someone from Brazil can contact you, and you can give them a designated price. So that's about the international shipping in the policy. The last part is the exclusion list, which is all of the places that you do not ship to. And I'm not going to go over it. I'm just going to show it to you right here. This is my personal exclusion list. You can, again, screenshot it or go refer back to it in the recording and do the same thing exactly. I'm not going to explain it in this webinar. I'm moving on to questions, and that's it. We finished setting up eBay. You're ready. The only thing that we need to set up now is the SM tool, and we're ready to start dropshipping. Okay, questions. Wait a second, let me find, where is it? Where is the recording going to be sent by Betty? I don't know, Betty, it really depends on Christina. I'm going to send her the file of the recording. I'll try to edit it and make it nicer, but I hope that she will send it. Please ask her and she will be able to tell you where will it be available at. When and where will tracking information be from AliExpress? The tracking info, I'm going to show you. Okay, I hope that I could show you, but I'm going to refer to it in the end of the webinar. How does the ordering process work? I think to eBay course and group on Facebook. I didn't understand, Destiny, if that was a question or what you said there. Jara asked if AliExpress gives you tracking info when you order. They give it to you after about 24 hours. Sorry if I didn't say that. Typically. I mean, it's like eBay. It depends on the supplier on AliExpress. But most suppliers do it within 24 hours. PayPal loves to hold money. What are the best ways to fight that? Do you recommend Stripe? Stripe is not relevant for selling on eBay. You can't sell on eBay using Stripe. PayPal hold the funds for the first 90 days of your business, so I suggest to start it very slow. Don't make too many sales in the beginning if you cannot finance your growth. Call PayPal every time that you see that the package arrived to your buyer if you want to release the funds faster, because it's 20% of the funds that you need. Generally, if you can get access to credit cards, that's wonderful. I wish that there is a reason why it's called the PayPal jail. It sucks. That's why. Sonia is asking, what are my thoughts about account getting suspended? So I want to refer you I'm not going to cover this topic now, which is about the dropshipping policy, the new dropshipping policy of eBay and how it's related to Amazon dropshipping, AliExpress dropshipping, and all of this. But there is an article in it's at blog.dsmtool.com. There's an article just for you to see how long it is. I was working on it for about a week. It talks about everything related to the dropshipping policy, about suspensions and how to avoid them, about illegal activities in the dropshipping industry, about manual dropshipping and non-API, if you've ever heard of this, this myth. So I try to share with the readers all of my perspective on all of these subjects. I hope that it would give you some clarity in that sense. Right, Destiny is asking, how can I make sure that my taxes are getting taken? eBay never asked me for Social Security. Destiny, I would love to cover that in that webinar, but first I'm not a tax. Thank you, Frank. But first, I'm not a taxation expert. I'm also not a US citizen, so I'm always having trouble to get it the right way and the right terminology. I would suggest you to refer to that subject on YouTube. There are tons of videos. Plus, I'm not talking at all about eBay managed payments, which is an entire new thing that eBay is rolling out now. We are releasing an article about it in the blog this week, so please follow it, and you will find out more information about what it is, what are they rolling out, and part of it is going to be that eBay collects the tax for you and pays it for you. And then if you're tax exempt on the other side of the supplier, which in the case of AliExpress, you don't need to be tax exempt because there is no tax, then you're covered both ways. But I can't go down to that subject too much. I'm sorry, not in this webinar. You're welcome. And thank you for participating in this webinar. OK, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move to the last step. No, not the last step. I have 2 more steps. I have 15 minutes to hit the 2 hours mark, I think. I think we started at 3:15. Let's see. So I'm going to assume, okay. I'm going to assume that you guys will figure out how to log in and register and sign up to DSM Tool. And I'm going to move on to the next step of after you have signed up. And I'm just going to show you the best practices when it comes to how to use it. As my baby, what's it called, I'm very proud of the software and what me and my team achieved. If you have any technical problems, please refer to us here in the chat. I have a team that is available 24/7. Most of them are located in Ukraine. This is where our also development team is. We have team worldwide. We have a new guy that we just hired in Nicaragua, who's going to be on the YouTube channel and going to do live events teaching exactly what I'm teaching you now. And doing a lot of market research together with our audience and a lot of cool things that we're trying to build within our team. And that's our software. And when you go into the software, over here on the left side, what you're going to see is you're going to see the dropshipping flow. The lister helps you add products to your store. The monitor helps to sync those products. So if a product goes out of stock on AliExpress, it would set it out of stock on eBay. If a price changes on AliExpress, it would recalculate the price on eBay to keep your profit level and make sure you don't lose any money. Then the sales and orders is the page that helps you to organize your sales and to process them more easily. It's funny that this entire webinar was spending more in giving you the background of how to find products. I even used another software to find products, and then how to set up eBay. And I leave such short time for DSM Tool. But actually, DSM Tool is very, very easy to get along with because it's very self-explanatory after we set it up correctly. So we're not going to use a lot of those features. A lot of those features I'm going to leave for outside of the scope of this webinar. But we are going to set it up, and we are going to get to the point where we add our first product to the store and then process one order. So we're starting by setting up. And the setup starts here in the account settings. And the account settings are also organized according to our features. We're actually thinking now about changing it. So by the time that you're watching it, the account settings might look a little bit different, but it's just the same things. You will just find them in different places. That makes a little bit more sense. Because since we added a lot of suppliers, we realized that maybe it shouldn't be by features. We have some ideas how to reorganize it. And the idea here is that we're going to set up AliExpress as one of our suppliers. You can set up completely different settings for AliExpress and to Amazon, which is going to be awesome. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a specific break-even. Now, why are we adding a specific break-even? Because on Amazon, you might know that if you're not tax exempt, because I don't think that you can get tax exempt on Amazon, I'm not sure about it. On Amazon, you would then add another 5% to your break-even that we calculated before to cover tax expenses, unless you're tax exempt. And in AliExpress, you don't need it. So in DSM tool, you can set up for Amazon, let's say 90%, and add it. And you will have here Amazon 90%. I did a video about Coco's Trade that you can find in our YouTube channel in a couple of days. So Coco's Trade was 14.5. And AliExpress, let me find it in this, and you see all of the websites. AliExpress, for me as an Israeli, is 14.5. For you guys, it was 12.9. And then here you also have to add, let's say, 0.5% to cover the 30 cents, because we don't have a feature for 30 cents covering in DSM tool. But so you add about 0.5%. So here you go. I have different suppliers, different break-even for them. And I can do the same thing for the item location for those suppliers. So I'm going to choose, where is AliExpress? AliExpress, and the location will be China. And actually, I don't need to set it up for, the only thing you don't need to set up for AliExpress is the item location. I'm going to delete it for a second, because I think that I have a bug in my account. I saw it yesterday when I did the video. But by default, the item location for AliExpress is China. But you can also add here a specific item location. And at the bottom, you can add business policies. Remember that we set up the business policies for in eBay. So if you would click on the refresh button, the new policies that you created in AliExpress will appear now in DSM tool. And you can add them here, assigned to a specific supplier. You're going to choose AliExpress. I already have it, right? You're going to choose AliExpress. You're going to choose the policies and create it. And it will look like that. Here are my policies: payment policy, shipping policy, and return policy. You can see it's exactly like eBay. And I'm already halfway done with setting up what I need in order to set up AliExpress as a supplier. So we already set up a break-even. You can already see that that my profit margin that I set for products is 20%. We're going to see how DSM tool automatically calculates for you the final price. We set up item location. We don't need it for AliExpress, but you can if you want, just to make sure. And the last thing that I want to refer to in the settings here is the Vera protection, which I always suggest you to have turned on. I didn't talk about what products not to sell when you dropship from AliExpress, but you probably, if you dropship from Amazon to eBay, you have heard of the Vera program. It's brands that you're not allowed to sell on eBay. So Vera products and restricted items are things that you're not allowed to sell. There aren't, one of the biggest advantages sorry, of AliExpress as a supplier is that there are much less Vero cases. So you can, there are much less brands that care about the violation of their intellectual property. So have it on, but you will meet it much less with AliExpress. So I'm not going to cover the rest of the features. We can do another webinar about it. The next thing that you want to set up is a text for your templates. And you can see here that I have a text about my shipping policy, payment policy, and return policy. Let me explain to you why do we need it. Let me find for a second a product on eBay. Let's say this product that we saw. On eBay, we talked about shipping policy, but eBay was founded in 1995. And back then, the sellers would write their policies in the product description here. We don't have it here, but many sellers on eBay, let me try to find one. would, no, they don't write it, never mind, would write in their product description, I can't find it, their policies. And in DSM tool, the way that we emphasize that is by using templates. It's up here. And the templates are designing for you the product description to make your store look more professionally. And we have beautiful templates. If this page will agree to load for a second. What happened to you? Come on. All right, thank you. We have beautiful templates that are available for you when you sign up to DSM Tool. Some of them are free. Some of them, you get a couple for free. You get a couple if you choose to upgrade your account, like a special one for Halloween, a special one for China, and a lot of ones that you can purchase. But I'm actually using a feature that is called the dynamic template. That what this feature does is that it automatically, I'll show you how it looks like. It automatically assigns templates for, or a product description template for my products according to whatever category. So it actually contains all of the templates that we have existed, and it automatically detects the category of your product, and it will put the right template to it. And now within those templates, if I'll go to edit it, then you will see, here is the China Express template. It's very nice. You can change it to the name of your store, like write my store, for example, or whatever. You can play with it, around with it. But what I want you to see is these things. These are called placeholders. And you will see them all around our platform in different places. Because what happens is that when you list a product, when you import the information from AliExpress, we take that information and we insert the description into the information into the template. So we insert the description, and we insert the dimensions, and we insert the features. Just what we find in AliExpress, we just insert it here so the buyers could read it. And another thing that we do, okay, you don't see it here because this is an old template of mine, but that's a good chance for me to edit it. I don't use this template. But if I'll insert a placeholder, you can see that I can insert placeholders of the policy. So for the payment policy, I could insert that. For the shipping policy, I can delete that bullshit, sorry for saying that, and include the shipping. And for the return policy, I will put the return placeholder. And what it will do, it will insert the text from my settings when I try to list new products. And the reason that we want to do that, the reason that we at all care about telling our customers, not only the policies that we set up in eBay, but also in the template, what are our shipping, payment, and return policies, is because buyers on eBay that were buying since 1995 on the platform are used to go to the description and look for it. And if you have an awesome description, then buyers on eBay are more likely to trust you and buy from you. So what we did is we developed this system that allows you to choose different websites, let's say Amazon.com, right? And Amazon, you would ship within 2 days. But with AliExpress, you ship from I think these are upside down for me. That's funny. Never mind. But with AliExpress, you ship from China. So you would set up completely different texts here. And what I want you to do is I want you to describe what you're feeling is the right thing for you to write. So you can look at what I'm writing here. I'm not going to read it out, but I'm going to scroll down for a second. So those of you who are watching it later in the recording could pause. And you could take the text from me and take the, just take the inspiration from it if you want to write it the same way. And this is the text for the payment policy that I'm using for AliExpress. And this is for the return policy. And so you can take my text. I'm not going to read it out now. But all I'm saying is that you can set up one that is for AliExpress and a different one that is for Amazon.com. And then you can sell from both of those suppliers. And what will happen is every time that you add products from Amazon, we will inject into your template the text according to the policies that you write in Amazon. And we will also use, remember what we saw before? We will also use here the business policies from eBay, because you set up in eBay the business policies. Where is it? You set up the business policies here you have both AliExpress, you have one for AliExpress and one for Amazon, and then your DSM tool is synced with the right policies. So every item that you upload, no matter what you choose, you can choose one day to upload products from Amazon, one day to upload products from AliExpress, and everything will be automatically adjusted. Your product, the text in the product description, the policies that it's being uploaded with, everything is very, very much meant to work with multiple suppliers in that platform. So that's the second settings. I see that there are questions. I'm going to stop in a second for questions. I just want to go over one, I think, more setting that's important. Yes. In the monitor settings, there are also a lot of all of the suppliers that we have and all kind of different settings that are related to them. I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm only going to talk about AliExpress. And the setting of AliExpress is which shipping company to use. And when it says here to use, it means for the price calculation. Remember that I told you that we automatically add the shipping price for you to the United States when you add products to your store. So you can choose which shipping company you want. And actually, we're going to change that feature soon, because what we found out is that people don't want only to use ePacket. They want to have multiple options. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you all of the options, and you can prioritize which shipping rate you want to take. So let's say ePacket would be the first, but then AliExpress standard shipping would be second in priority, and whichever we will find out according to your priority, that will happen next. But for now, set it up to ePacket. That's my recommendation, and click update. Don't forget to click update every time that you make any changes to your, I had an error here, I don't know why, I'll check it out later. But I guess because I didn't change anything, but don't forget to click update for every change that you make in your account settings. Now, before I'm moving on to the last step of listing an item and then talking about order processing, I just want to say that generally speaking, there are crazy features in DSM tool. Like for example, a feature that increase or decrease your profit automatically. So every time that you make a sale, it will increase your profit by a percentage or by the amount of money, so that you could automatically create an increase of your profit margin according to your sales. So you make more sales, why not bringing the profit margin up and making more profit per sale? Or it can also do the opposite. It can decrease the profit automatically. So if you start with a 20% profit margin, but the item didn't sell for 10 days, you say, reduce the profit margin by 5%, reduce the profit margin by 10%, whatever. Just bring the price down, because maybe I have a competitor who's selling for cheaper than me. If I bring the price down, I could hopefully become competitive again and gain my sales back. The resales preserving is meant for you to never reach your eBay limits. You can list, so the way that it works is that eBay limits you with the amount of products that you can sell. So with the resale preserving, what you do is you can set up, you can even list products with a quantity of 1, and every time that you will sell it, as long as it's still in stock in AliExpress, DSM tool will automatically put the product back in stock to quantity of 1, or to quantity of 2, or to quantity of 3. You can actually use a trick by setting all of your quantities to 2 or 3, and then every time that you make a sale and it goes from 2 to 1, you will have a red little note on eBay. Remember where we saw the amount of sold items? You will have it there where it says last one, and creates urgency and gives more chance for you to sell your product. And we have an integration with HipShipper, which is, if you're selling from Amazon, it's cheaper than global shipping program, so you can check them out. And we have the most crazy feature that we have. It's an automated messages. It's a feature that generates feedbacks for you automatically. After you make a sale, it automatically sends your buyer a message of thank you. A day later, when you order the item, it leaves a positive feedback to your buyer. So already a chance that he will leave you back. After you enter the tracking information, automatically updates him, send him not just a message from eBay that says, here's your tracking number, a private message from you. Hey, customer, I care about you. Here is your tracking number. Here is the carrier. Remember the placeholders that we talked about? So here is a placeholder. And after 30 days, or you can set up how many days here you want, it actually sends the buyer a message that says, hey, remember that you ordered that from me? Look, I would really appreciate if you could leave me a positive feedback. Here is a link, and this is a placeholder for a direct link to leave you a positive feedback. This like can quadruple, what's the word? Your feedback on eBay. So I hope that you would enjoy that that feature. Set it up. It's Letitia says, that's dope. I 100% agree with you. Betty says, lit. Thank you guys for saying that. Yes, we have awesome features and we keep developing more stuff. And I'm not going over everything we have. I didn't go over the dashboard alerts here and some of the price roundup, the prices up to 99 or 97 or like, let me show you. You can round up the price to like make everything 0.99, you know, or 0.97, like you see in every actual retail store, and tons of, and you can brand your images, add the frame to them, add your logo, and all kind of signs, so all kind of cool things that you can do. And we keep developing, and this is going to keep growing as we go on. Let me answer some questions before I move on to listing a product. I see here. What are your opinions, advice on virtual assistants? I think that virtual assistants are great if you once you are professional yourself. Like make the first couple of $100s yourself, and only then talk about hiring someone, because you want to teach them, you want to take them hand by hand and show them exactly what you want them to do. And in the first couple of days, like every employee in every company, you have to onboard them as if it's your company, you're the CEO of your company. You have to make sure that you know exactly what they're doing. And when you do that, you can create an account for them. It's called a virtual assistant account in DSM tool. And then you can limit here what they can do. Can they see the dashboard in your profits, or they cannot see the dashboard in your profits, like show your profits? Can they contact our support, or can they not contact our support? Can they see the price monitor, or can they only see the sales and order space? So you can kind of control what access you give them to the system. So that's about virtual assistants. Christine says, for the basic account, I don't see all of this you're showing. Can you be more specific in terms of what you don't see? Will it Naja says, will it autofill the blank areas in the feedback message? Yes. What do you mean blank? You mean the placeholders? It will autofill the placeholders and change them. Item title would be the title of the item. So the feedback, the link here would be an actual direct link to leave your feedback. Okay, I see a message about a question about item duration. So let's explain that. I wonder how to explain. Let's talk about eBay insertion fees. That's the best way to do it. So you guys have great questions, so this is going to be a little bit longer, but I think it's a nice topic to cover. There is something on eBay, it's called an insertion fee. And an insertion fee is what you pay to list a new product to eBay. Now, every account comes first with 3 insertion fees, 50 insertion fees, and I think that now eBay is changing it. I can't remember how much. Yeah, I think that it's now going to be 200 for free users. So the first 200 items that you insert to eBay, that you list to eBay every month, you don't have to pay for. The problem is that, and after that, it's 30 cents per item per insertion. And if you have a store subscription, it's like the basic store subscription will be 25 cents, and it goes down according to your store subscription. And the thing with the insertion fees is that when you have a product in your store and 30 days pass, the product renews its insertion fee. So let's say you have 10 products in your store, and 30 days passed, what's going to happen is that in the next month, from the 200, you're not really going to have 200 zero insertion fees every month. You're starting from 190 just because you have 10 products in your store. And when you have those 10 products in your store, that means that, that you are in that situation, that's when your items are set to a duration that is called good till canceled. And eBay was not only built for dropshippers. So a lot of people are posting products on eBay, let's say for auction or for other types of selling methods, and they put a listing up for 10 days, 20, 30 days, 14 days. There are a couple of options there. 7 days you can put. I don't think that it's relevant for dropshippers. I think that as dropshippers, we should only work with good till canceled listings, because the thing with putting less duration is that you can't change it back to good till canceled. And if you put a 7-day duration and you made 10 sales in those 7 days, after 7 days, the listing is dead. It's gone. You can list it again, but you won't have the sales record. Remember this beautiful sales record that we saw? And that sales record gives you as a dropshipper an advantage and a higher chance to get in the search results, according to my opinion. I might be wrong. Maybe it's actually a perfect idea to continuously put it for only 7 days or 30 days or whatever and not collect the sales history. I don't really know. Nobody really knows to tell, but I know that the best practice of dropshippers is to have items set as good till canceled. Plus, if you're worried about the renewal of your products every month, you can set up your dashboard alerts to show you, for example, alerts on listings that has less than 10 or let's say less than 50 views that are already 25 days live. Okay, it's these two, right? I know it's a little bit unorganized here. We're reorganizing how it looked like, but listings with less than 50 views in their first 25 days, show me an alert about them. And then in the dashboard, you can look in the rest of the alerts here as well. In the dashboard, it will show you an alert here in the account alerts for every product that didn't arrive to whatever, 10 views, 50 views, however it is that you feel comfortable with. You will have an alert here. And if you click on that alert, it will open the price monitor for you and will show you all of these products. And then you can just remove them after 25 days after they're in your account. And I think that this is a wonderful feature for you because you can work with good till canceled, but still have that option of automatic optimization by just clicking on those alerts and doing the optimization process. So this was a little bit advanced eBay dropshipping talk. I hope that also for those who are beginners, this was clear enough, especially the part about insertion fees and what is good till canceled. Yeah, that question threw me off. But go on, keep on with the great question. Thank you, Letitia, for the high-level question. What it means in the account you demo on? So Christine, I don't know, but which feature you can see? Please be specific. Or you know what? Let's leave it for after the session. Just stay in the call and then tell me. Let's move on. Otherwise, we will stay here forever. I want to show you guys how to list an item. I'm going to find a product on AliExpress that offers e-packet as shipping method, not one that has so many variations. I'm not going to talk today about selling limits, I'm sorry, and about multiple variations and that effect over your account, because this could take 7 hours. It can go forever. But I talk about it on my YouTube channel, so you guys can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will learn about it over time when you watch my videos, especially the new ones that are going to come up in the next couple of months. But what I will want to show you is how to list an item to DSM tool. So I found a product. I decided it's a product I want to sell. Now let's list it to DSM. And what I want to suggest you to do is to install the DSM tool Chrome extension. It's another Chrome extension that you can install. You can find it here on the DSM Tool website, here, DSM Tool for Chrome. You will have a link to install it, and then you will have inside AliExpress buttons that says list in DSM for every product. Sorry, another option that you have is to just copy the URL here of the product in AliExpress. Usually it's better to copy where, if it says, like where it says HTML, this is the end of the link that you want to copy. So I'm going to copy that. And then you can go to DSM Tool, to the Rapid Lister, and paste it, paste the address here. Or more quickly, you can go here, click on the List in DSM Tool button. It will open up everything for you. And you can already see a couple of things here. First, I'm publishing this item to dsmtool.com. I'm going to include all of the variations of this product. I could also choose not to do that, but you can see that this product has 6 variations. If it would have like sizes or something, it would be 6 times this amount of size. It could be like the product that has hundreds of variations. And this can, I'll say a word about it. You can, when you list a product with multiple variations to eBay, it will not affect your insertion fees. You will pay 1 insertion fee, even if it has 5,000 variations. But what it will do, it will block your selling limits. So on every eBay account, there are selling limits. You can see them in the seller dashboard down here. Here are my monthly limits. If I'll insert a listing that has 1,000 variations to it, I will only have 247 items left, because it counts by the amount of items that I have in my store, like literally units. If you list a product and you put a quantity of 5, it will take 5 items from your limits. So the amount of items that you can list is limited, and that's in terms of choosing whether you use variations or not. And I'm using as a template, remember my templates, I'm using the dynamic template. I'll show you a cool trick with it once I finish importing it. I click import, and what DSM Tool does is it goes now to AliExpress, it reads the title, it takes the images, it reads the description from here. It doesn't read everything, because from AliExpress, I wish we could take all of these beautiful pictures, but I'm going to show you what to do otherwise. But it takes a lot of the information, and it basically prepares it from dropshipping it from AliExpress into eBay.com. I could click now publish, and the item will be added to my store after the price has been calculated. And you can see that it's the price of the product plus shipping. You see, the cost here is $32.57. Put together this number, and I promise you that you will get to the cost. So in the cost, it already includes the AliExpress shipping, and it's e-packet shipping. Remember what I told you with the shipping policy? Remember that I told you that everything is already calculated? This is why when someone will pay to me $45.71, and then we'll say, hey, I want faster shipping, I'll add $1, effectively, my shipping rate is already has been calculated in the price. So it's just adding one product, $1 for me as a pure profit. So the price is being calculated here, and you can adjust it. You have an up and down buttons. You can change the profit from 20% to 5%. You can play with it however you want. I'm going to make it now 50% because I will list that product, but I don't want to sell it. I actually think that this account doesn't allow me to list. I think that I have a problem in my eBay store, but again, this is just for education, this account, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to go too much over title optimization, but I will say that if you want to optimize your titles, an interesting way to do that would be to use the eBay suggestion search box. And what it does, it uses the autocomplete of eBay. So let's say this is like a face cleaner or facial cleansing brush. So I could write facial cleansing and put it here. And what it will do, it will go to eBay, and it will just get autocomplete ideas from here. So I could get ideas for keywords that doesn't appear here that I might want to add here. So let's say that I want to, I see here that it says silicone, and I see that I have 4 more keywords. So I don't have the place for silicone, but let's say that I would decide that, I don't know, I don't want to use pore cleaner. I prefer to write silicone. And for whatever keywords that you want to take from here, you could take from here. I'll just say that if you are planning to use Zik Analytics, then in Zik Analytics, you will find a crazy tool for keywords research. It's under, it's called the Title Builder. And here, if I will use the, let's say the term facial cleansing brush, I think that their tool is far more powerful than what we developed here with the suggestion. The suggestion box is nice, it gives you ideas, but here they actually give you keywords and they tell you the average search volume for those keywords and the level of competition. So you can find keywords that has high search volume, but very, very low competition. So for example, this one has 10,050 competitors, but this keyword here, I'm not reading it right now, but you obviously have to figure out that it makes sense in terms of context and that you're not putting keywords of things that you're not really selling or that you're not really offering, because don't forget, item not as described, you will have to refund your buyers. And if you change the title, but on AliExpress it was just as described, then you're going to have to return and pay for the product and not get the money back. But let's say that this term would make sense. I see that it has 4,000 sales and only 5 competition. So I'm going to give up on deep cleaning and add this keyword. I'm going to give up on the word skin and have here beauty, and I'll put here skin instead of brush because it already appears here. And here I have a different title. This is not a real optimization. This is like a 1 minute. I'm not giving too much damn about how do I optimize and how much does the title make sense. But general tips for optimizing titles is use keywords that has high demand and low competition. And at the same time, make sure first that it makes sense, because actually the most important parameter in terms of optimization of your title is what is the chance that people will click on the title. It can have the most wonderful keywords for search engine optimization, but if the title doesn't make sense and people don't click on it, there is a parameter that's called click-through rate. How many people saw the title and how many people of them clicked on it? So if 100 people saw it and 10 people clicked, your click-through rate is 10%. And click-through rate is more important than any other parameter that exists. So, so first make sure that your title is awesome and makes sense. Other than that, use tools like Zik Analytics. Like there is a free tool if you want that is called Title Builder at titlebuilder.com that you can go into. 1 second, let it load. It's sometimes a little slow. You can click up here on the keyword title builder. And you can insert here the keywords. And here we use facial cleaning brush, so I can do the same here in title builder. Now click search. And so it wouldn't give me as awesome results as Zik Analytics, but it will still show me a keyword, the level of demand, so how much is it searched, and then the level of competition. This represents the competition. So you can get some keywords from here. But again, first, the most important thing is the click-through rate, and then only then what keywords you use. So optimize your title, and then optimize your pictures. You can add more pictures here by going to AliExpress and going to this section here and finding pictures that doesn't exist here. So let's say, let's look at this one. Does this lady appears here? She doesn't appear here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that image into my computer, into the downloads folder, and then I'm going to go to DSM tool. I'm going to add this file. I'm going to click browse, add this file here. Invalid, it's WebP, sorry, it's only JPEG file. Okay, this is not a good file. Let's see if this one works. Okay, this is a JPEG, so I'm gonna go with this one instead. 1 second, I don't know what's the mistake that I've done. I probably made some mistake. Is this one working? Great. So I uploaded here, and here I need to click. I know it's a little bit confusing. We need to fix it, but I need to click on this upload button. and it will upload it and edit here. And then I can actually either choose a different main image. So you can look for that title of that product on eBay to see what are the first results. Let's open it on eBay. I'm going here quickly over all of the optimization tips that I know for like what you can optimize. I know that I'm going a little bit fast, but since we are already 2.5 hours in this webinar, I wanted to just give you a quick overview, and I suggest you to refer back to it later and maybe to watch this again. But you can try to see what kind of pictures people are using and say, okay, I understand what goes well for the products that arrive to the first page, or is it more people or more just the product on a white background? Like, what do you feel that would work for you? There is no right or wrong here. Nobody can tell you what will actually work. So you can add the pictures from AliExpress and you can put it here. Sometimes people are looking for pictures online. Sometimes people are taking the pictures from the reviews section. Where are the reviews? Let me scroll down. Let me show you how it looks like. Where is the reviews? There are no reviews to this product? No feedback. Okay, this product doesn't have reviews. Sorry about that. Let's look for someone that has. I know how to. Here, 3 reviews. A lot of times people that leave the reviews are also leaving pictures here. Never mind, you can see it, but you know what I mean. You've probably seen it on Amazon. Sometimes people, of course, if no one, not a person appears in the picture, because then you might not want to get in trouble. And another option is to create a collage. So this is a feature here. You can actually automatically create a collage of multiple pictures and then play with it and edit. And maybe that would be your main image because it's super unique. You can fill up to 12 images, so play with it and go wild with it. So that's another type of optimization that you can do. You can see here all of the variations of the products if you want to change anything related to specific variations of the product. Same variations that existed in AliExpress. And never mind, I went out from the product. You can fill up item specifications, which is one of the best ways to optimize your products to get more traffic. I'm not going to do it right now, but if you click on it, you have a lot of options of what to fill. And as beginners, I think that these items, I talked so much about title optimization, and I told you to buy maybe Zik Analytics for that, but you know what? Item specifics about 12 times more important than title optimization. And the reason is because eBay is going in the past couple of years through a process of categorization, and they put a lot of emphasis on item specifics. So if you're going to have more item specifics than your competitors, you're going to have a competitive advantage in that sense. So how can you fill up the item specifics? You can take them from the product in AliExpress, from the product description of this product, from the actual description here, maybe things that you will find out here. And one of my favorite ways to find out item specifics is by, again, taking that. Let's try to actually find, because I couldn't find it here. Let's try to find it more specifically. Do I have any filters on? So for some reason, I can't find it. But one of the things I like to do is I like to go to look for that product on eBay and then go down here. And here are item specifics of my competitors. And just take from them whatever I can find. And then I can quickly optimize my item specifics here. So I gave you 2 places to take the item specifics from. And the last thing that you can optimize is, as we already said, the product description. And as you can see, here I have a product description that, let me open it up and scroll down a little bit. A beautiful looking product description, like a medical with a little nice doctor, like a medical template. And if I would change here the category, okay, I only have here health and beauty, but if I would be changing the category, it would actually change for me 2 things. It would change the item specifics, and it would change the template for the products. And that's it. Once I finished optimizing my product, and here it took me 10 minutes to explain to you, if you spend more than 5 minutes on optimizing your product, you're doing something wrong. You need to spend much more time on doing product research and finding awesome products than on looking for keywords for your, or creating crazy images. it's just not the correct time management in terms of what you need to do. Spend more time on doing research for products, spend more time on item specifics in terms of optimization, and then publish it to your store. Let's see if it works for me. I don't think it's going to work. I think I have an error. But I clicked publish now. Oh, actually, it worked. And you can see that my insertion fee is calculated. So this is a nice way for you to know if you reach the limit of your insertion fees. If you didn't reach the limit of your insertion fees, you will see 0. And if you have reached it, you will see here 0.3, or depending on what is your fees. So I'm going to continue to publish it, and the product will appear in the price monitor in a second. Let's give it a second. You know what? In the meanwhile, as it goes here, let me stop sharing the screen and take a minute of questions and answers. And then I will move to the final, and I promise it's the last part of this webinar, which is talking about how to process an order when you make a sale on AliExpress. So, questions. Is this tool available for Shopify too? Yes, it's available for Shopify too. We're going to start releasing content about it very soon, and we're going to expand outside of Shopify as well to other platforms, but I can't talk about it yet. It's a secret. Any more questions before I continue? What's the name of the tool? What is the name of the tool we use on eBay to find item in AliExpress? AliTools, yes. AliTools is the name of the Chrome extension we use in the sniping process. Okay. As you can see, the item has been successfully published. I can see it on eBay. You can see that it has been published with this beautiful picture, that all of the different variations are available, that in my shipping I have, not to Israel, but where's the United States? What happened to you? To the United States. I have the free shipping or the e-packet for $1. Remember that we showed that in the product description. You can see this beautiful product template with my title and with my payment, shipping exactly according to my settings, with my nice guy here that is going to take care of my health with this product. You can see my item location, which is in China. Thinking about what else. In terms of policies, I can't remember where you can see. If you can at all see, you can see, like, for example, the excluded locations where we don't ship to, et cetera, et cetera. So the product is really waiting to get sold. You can also see it in DSM tool in the price monitor page, and you can see here the views counter. And if I sell it, you will be able to see a sales counter. So this is the table where you can manage everything, and the dashboard alerts will alert you if your product doesn't perform. And the only thing that is left to do is to process orders. So once you make a sale, like this sale here, the order will appear on this page. This is called the sales and orders page. And it will appear with a yellow envelope until you will update the tracking number. And if you click on it, you can enter the tracking number and carrier here. You don't have to do it on eBay. And actually, if you use the Chrome extension of DSM tool, when you will get the email from AliExpress that says that you have a tracking number to update, sorry, it's not in the email. It's in the orders section on AliExpress, which is here. When you will get an email that says your tracking number is available, you will be able to go into AliExpress to the order section, and you will be able to click on the track order button. Let's see if I can. I have some orders that I made recently. If I click here on track order, then you see that it says here copy tracking. I could actually click on, in one click, it will take the details of that order. It will open up that page for me. It will only show me products that are yellow, that are waiting for me to update the shipping information. I could click on the envelope, and then it will put here a button that says how to paste the tracking number. And I didn't even look what was the tracking number, what was anything. I just clicked on 2 buttons, and that's it. The tracking number is updated on eBay. And the same thing happens when you want to process an order. So I will cancel that. I will go back to here. I started the opposite way. I immediately told you about the tracking number. But before the tracking number, you have to make an order. So if you want to make an order, you go here, and you have this button here, which is now blue, but actually when you make an order, when you get an order, it will be gray. And also up here, you will have these counters that will tell you how many products are waiting for you to purchase them and how many products are waiting you for shipping. And if you will click on that number, it will filter the table by products that are waiting for you to order them, see, because they have a gray cart. And if you have the DSM tool Chrome extension installed, what will happen is that you could click here on this button that will copy all of the information of the buyer, or you can then go to the product on AliExpress and make the order, or you can click on this envelope button that will open AliExpress, mark this item as ordered, open the AliExpress page, and allow you to click Buy Now. You can do that either by clicking on the envelope. You see, I clicked on the envelope and it automatically marked it for me. But if I would not click on it and I would copy it here with this button, then I would just have to open the item on AliExpress here by clicking on this new tab and then manually mark it. So whatever is more comfortable for you. I like to work manually. I feel more comfortable with it. But once you get here, to process the orders, you can add in one click of a button your buyer address here. You just click on it. I hope that it won't fail now because I think that I have the developer's version and I think it might have a bug in it. But what you can see here in the background, how it actually, you see, it like literally chooses the city for you. It fills up all of the information automatically for you. That's how easy it is to process your orders. And that's one part of processing the orders. You see it doesn't find the city. Okay, so yeah, here, it pasted all of the orders, all of the tracking information, and I can click confirm and that's it. I will be one click away from making the order. But there is another thing in AliExpress, which is the payment. And if you want also the payment to happen semi-automatically for you, if you want to just do that and then click place order and that's it, the order is on the way to your buyer, what you have to do in order not to every time fill up all of your credit card information is you want to go to AliExpress and you want to go here to my orders. Oh, sorry, not my orders, my AliExpress in your account, like it's under your account. So you also have to sign up to AliExpress, right? And here they have something called Alipay. And you want to go to your account. Now, Alipay is a service that was supposed to compete with PayPal. You were supposed to have a balance in Alipay, but it failed. And today, the only thing that we use it is to store our credit card information. And when we set up the credit card information in Alipay, we can automatically pay on AliExpress without waiting for without every time typing again and again our credit card information. So you go here to the settings, you click manage your cards, and you add new cards. You can see that I have the 3 of them. And then in the checkout process, I can choose either one of them, click confirm, and that's it. I'm ready to place an order. I wait 24 hours. I get an email that says your order is ready. I go to the order section, to the track order here, click one button, update the thing on DSM tool. Everything is organized for me because both the order, let me show you that again. Both the order is marked in blue. This means I ordered the item, and this means I updated the tracking number. So the management, the day-to-day management of your store is very, very easy this way. You have one place that manages everything for you. So that's it in terms of that. I really think that I covered everything that I could in this webinar that took way, way longer than what I thought. But the comments are, this is so cool. Thank you, Letitia. I'm very happy that you find it cool too. So last questions before we wrap up. Let's see. Question by Betty. First, I see will we get Chrome alerts of sales? So no, Letitia, but you can install the eBay on your phone, and then you will get notifications on your phone from the eBay app every time you make a sale. Nadia, you're welcome. I'm very happy. It says amazing webinar. I'm very happy, and I hope it was informative for you. And I really hope that tomorrow I wake up with a little bit of voice, because I have a company-wide webinar. It's here, by the way, almost 11 p.m. You're welcome, Christine. I'm very, very happy that you guys participated, and I hope that it has been informative for you. I know that it has been 3 hours of training, and let me tell you something. No one of us does any kind of magic. For all of us, 3 hours is way too much information. Please refer back to the webinar. And the way that you want to refer back to the webinar is you want to either take a notebook. Here is my notebook. I wake up every day. I write my tasks in the notebook, right? So you want to either take a notebook or open a document file, and you want to listen to the recording, and then you want to summarize for you everything that you learned. You want to stop, pause it, and go step by step to do the things together. You want to write yourself notes for the next parts or the next time that you're gonna work on your store. So I've been asked here, what is my YouTube channel? I didn't show you guys. I will invite you to join. A second, let me move this. I will invite you to indeed join. I think I hope I earned it. Both the YouTube channel that is called DSM Tool, which is right here. You can join. You can subscribe here, and I would love to see you in here. I would love to invite you to our Facebook group, which is called the Dropshipping Community of DSM Tool here. It's very, very active. Yesterday I asked, let's see what you guys say. Yesterday I asked, I posted it on September 3, 1995, eBay was established, and where were you? And got a lot of comments, which was nice. So where were you guys on September 3rd, 1995? And I already told you about the blog website, and yeah, and other than that, I'm open for questions. Betty, you wrote that you have a question.